Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be showing you swatches. We are doing a look together with the brand new Singe Beauty Galactic Visitor palette. This is the very first eyeshadow palette from Singe. They did send this to me, so thank you so much to Singe for sending this to me. Congratulations to Angie on branching out into eyeshadow palettes. This is just a very exciting thing. I do consider Angie to be a friend, and I know she's been working so hard on this for a very long time. So I was very excited to see what it was all about, but let's look at this palette first. First of all, it does retail for $45. It is available now. Everything's going to be linked down below for you. But on the outside of the packaging, first, we do have an outer cardboard box that matches the packaging, but I think this is so much fun. I love that it is a slim cardboard packaging. That is always what I prefer. And I also love how certain areas are glossy and certain ones are not. Like you can see the spaceship and the beam are all, and the planets are all glossy and everything else is matte. But then you open up the palette and you've got this really cool color story. So we do have a 16 pan palette. We have 6 shimmers and 10 mattes. And what I instantly noticed about this palette, and this is not surprising to me knowing how Angie likes her eyeshadow palettes, is that this has a really great mix of light tones to very deep tones. So we do have a very pale yellow at the top, which contrasts nicely with the deepest, darkest black at the bottom. So I did like the color story here. When I swatched these out, these all swatched very nicely. I think the mattes were beautifully creamy and opaque, and the shimmers were really sparkly and shifty, and there were some really unique ones, like Milky Way at the very bottom is one that really struck my attention because it is this icy white silver with tons of rainbow sparkle in there. It is really beautiful. It's a very special shadow, and I just thought it was really pretty. One thing that I wanted to talk about, I noticed that when this palette was revealed, a lot of people said they thought the color story was very similar to the palette that Angie did with Kaleidos called Club Nebula. So I wanted to show you these side by side first of all, and I'm also going to show you a few swatches. Now I turned the brightness all the way down so you could see these two next to each other, and I do understand, I have to admit, why people are saying that there are some similarities, because we have some very deep tone mattes in here, we have some cool tone sparkles in here. But what I wanted to show you, what I did is I put some swatches next to each other of any shades that were similar from the Galactic Visitor palette to the Club Nebula palette. In this swatch, you'll see that the Galactic Visitor is on top, Club Nebula is on the bottom. So I was able to find just these shades that sort of were similar to one another. So again, I can see why people would say it has kind of a similar vibe. I do think these are different enough where if you already have Club Nebula, you're going to be happy with the color story of Galactic Visitor, but also you can't get Club Nebula anymore. So if you missed out on this one, I think picking this up is a great, I don't want to call it a substitute, but it'll maybe scratch that itch for you. But again, I do feel, you know, this has 16 shades and Club Nebula has 18 shades. And if there's only 5 that even kind of overlap, none of them are exactly identical, I don't think that's a bad thing. But let's go ahead and jump right into this look. We will apply it together. I will tell you how I think everything performed and we can go from there. But yeah, let's jump into it. Oh, hello for me and my bare face. So looking at this palette, I feel like normal Linda would gravitate towards these warm colors, and I totally am. They're very beautiful. I love this like burgundy up here. I love it. But I think I want to do a fairly, not a fairly cool tone look. I want to do blues. I want to do these blues and these kind of icier colors. Maybe it's because it's literally icy outside, but in general, like I'm going to stick probably with this bottom half. I don't think there's any I'm going to dip into in the upper half. So I'm going to stick down here, but I want to start with Saucer. So Saucer is kind of a pastel teal almost. It's just like a minty green. I already do have my base on. I just used my Sigma pencil, what are they called? Sigma Shadow Stick. And I'm going to dip into Saucer, and I'm going to start small because I feel like pastels have a tendency to be not necessarily dusty. They have fallout. Which fallout is never like a deal breaker for me. And if I do get fallout, it's a good thing I'm not wearing face makeup yet. But I'm going to take this in the crease, and I'm taking this all the way up, like probably to the brow bone. I want this to be a pretty blown out look. This color builds up really nicely, I will say. Like I've been patting it on and then swiping to blend, and it does build up. Like it is opaque now at this point. And for a pastel to be opaque, it's impressive. It's interesting. As I get older, I have certain areas of skin where makeup does not want to do what I want it to do. And lately it's been right here. There's like, it's not a scar. Maybe it's just kind of a deeper wrinkle, but makeup does not want to go as nicely on that spot. Oh, and I've been using Singe brushes. I'm going to try to use Singe brushes today to kind of keep it in the family. But from here, I'm going to go into the EO2. And I am going to dip, first I'm going to dip into Orbit. So Orbit is like a violet gray. And again, this is a matte shade, so I'm tapping off all the excess. I can build it up. This will be kind of a, I don't know if the phrase is bigger crease. That feels kind of strange to say, but this is going to be in between the blue and like the deepest color of the crease. That's blending together very nicely though. Wow, with very little effort, those colors blended nicely. And I don't want that color to be like super intense. I just want it to be a transition. Look at that though. That is like just such a nice vibe together. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, I am liking that. I'm going to go into an even smaller. This is the EO5. And I'm going to dip into Infinity. So Infinity is like a very deep matte teal. It's dark. It's not anywhere near black. We do have a black in here. But this, again, I'm going to tap off all of the excess. This is going to be super concentrated in the crease. So hold on. I'm going to take my hand mirror and look down in it. So I am being right in the crease. Like this, I don't want blended too much. I want the crease to be noticeable here. That's nice, actually. So you can see this one is definitely deeper. I still need to blend a bit more. I'm just kind of going back and forth with the original colors. I think that blend is looking just how I want it to. I don't care that it's on the lid a little bit because I am going to be covering that up, but I'm pretty happy with the way that looks so far. I really am. I think these mattes are all blending really nicely into one another. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Is it time for sparkles yet? Okay, so I feel like, gosh, I keep thinking that I should use the deepest blue, which is called Believe. But this beam color is so pretty. But I did notice that when I swatched it, it felt a little bit more like a topper rather than like here. You can see, well, then again, look how intense that is. Maybe I'll use both. So I'm going in with my NYX glitter glue. I'm going to put this just on with my finger. And I'm going to do one eye at a time. For the inner part, maybe the inner half even of the lid, I'm going to go in with Beam, which again is this kind of like multi-dimensional color. There's like shifts of blue in there and purple and white and silver. That is going to go right here on the inner half. This is beautiful. What I will say though is that like it's not necessarily, I don't know if it's a topper shade. It's just, but it does, I feel like I can see my skin a little bit through it. That's not a deal breaker, but it's just so you know. I'm going to pack a little extra on to see if that helps. It does, but I can still see my skin through it. And again, I think that's what the shadow is meant to do. I don't think that's like a fault of the shadow or anything like that. And then I'm going to take Believe, which is this much deeper, like royal blue. And that's going to go over here on the outer half. See, now that's kind of like the proper, shimmer in that I can't see my skin through this one. I love the toppery shades though, I really do. I'm gonna apply more of that Beam. This is so pretty though. I love this like kind of shift. It's so pretty. Now I will say I have quite a bit of fallout, but that's why I did my face makeup last, or why I'm gonna do my face makeup last. It's just from the shimmer and it's because I used my finger. I'm very well aware. It's so funny to me how like when I first started makeup, fallout was like such a negative term. And I feel like now we're all accepting that fallout is not a bad thing. It's just that some palettes maybe are more pigmented than others. So you want to do your face makeup last and other ones you can do it first. Like if it's a perfectly little neutral palette, you know, you can probably do your face makeup first and everything is fine. But if you're working with intense blues and shimmers and things like that, you know, just be aware. I think that's looking like super fun. I love the shiftiness of these. And I don't know, they're just super, super pretty. I'm just going in with that same fluffy brush, blending out any harsh edges. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back into Infinity, which is that super dark teal. And I'm going to use that to create a little bit of kind of smokiness on this outer corner. I don't think I want to go into the black. I think I'd like to just leave it as this teal. I feel like that helps to add a little more definition. So it's not just like sparkle flying out into the ether over here. Why does this look so unblended? That is so strange, because when I close my eye, like, I feel like it doesn't look that unblended, but maybe it is. Look how harsh that looks from that angle. That is so strange, right? It's just like, literally though, I swear it's the angle, because when you look here, like, it's okay, and then there it looks so harsh. I do think this is very pretty though. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hop off screen. I'm going to clean up under my eyes, and I'm going to do my face makeup, all of it. We will finish under the eyes, and then we'll finish the look. Okay, face is on. I just want to move on to under the eyes before I finish off the eyes with eyeliner and everything like that. So I'm kind of doing the same thing on the bottom. So I want to have Saucer, which is the teal, like, or the minty color, really blown out. And then I'm going to do Orbit a little bit closer to the lash line, and then super close to the lash line, just on the outer edge, I'll do Infinity. And then we're going to go in with some more sparkles. So let's go ahead and start with Saucer. And I'm connecting from over here as well. All right, quite simple. So now I'm going to hop off screen one more time, and I'm going to finish the rest of my face. I'm going to finish the eyes, and we will talk about this palette. Wait, no, I did my eyeliner and then realized that I wanted to do more. Keep going with more. Okay, so first I'm going to take Encounter, which is this very light, it's like a blue-white. It's very icy, and I'm taking that on a little pencil brush. That is going to be, ooh, the brow bone highlight. That's really pretty. I've been really enjoying a brow bone highlight again, like an intense one. I've had a while there where I like stopped doing it, and now I love it again. Look at that. Oh, I love that. I love it. Then I am wiping off the brush, and I am going to take Milky Way, which might be my favorite shade in the whole palette. It is this beautiful kind of icy white with rainbow sparkles in it. So I'm going to take a very little bit just on my pinky finger. Let's try that first. And I want that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's such a little touch, but it's so pretty, and it captures so many different colors. This is definitely like one of the coolest shades I've seen. I love this shade. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled programming. All right, here is the first look with the Singe Beauty Galactic Visitor palette. I finished off with my highlight, by the way, is Moon Cruiser from Kaleidos and Sea Sparkle on the inner waterline. For my lips, I used a mix of, wow, I used a lot of Kaleidos today. Wasn't even thinking about it. I used a mix of Free Fall lip gloss, and then from Sigma, from the Little Mermaid collection, it is the Sunset Lip Oil, just to add a little bit of warmth back, and I added like some sparkly rhinestones and things. I really, 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 really like this look. I really do. Like, everything performed so well. The mattes really blended well together, which I was very impressed by, because sometimes pastel matte, they just don't work well together. These really did. Not that they're all pastel, but I mean that they have like kind of vague tones of pastel. They worked really, really well together. The shimmers are so shifty and sparkly and just like fairy sparkles. You know what I mean? They're just kind of like magical. I really, really like them. I love this look. And I love this brow bone highlight. Oh my God, what was that color? Encounter, which is this down here. I really like this. Like, I really enjoy how you can create completely warm tone looks or completely cool tone looks. I think that's a good vibe. I think there's a good mix in here of shades. I think this is just a lot of fun. I'm going to have a very hard time, though, not gravitating straight back towards these blues every time I pick up this palette, because I really dig it. I think it looks really cute. Oh, she feels like spacey. Anyway, let me know what you are thinking of this palette. Thank you so much to Singe for sending this to me to play with. And congrats again to Angie. I am so excited for you. I'm so happy for you that you guys are like branching out into eyeshadow palettes. It's absolutely amazing. So again, let me know what you think of this look. Let me know if you're picking up the palette. And please, if you like this video, I would love if you give it a thumbs up. That helps out my channel more than you can ever know. You all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all Glitter Fallout. And as always and forever, you're super freaking rock stars. I love you so much with my whole heart, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.